laid eyes on one of my number one, number twos, watched him tend a doe for like 40 minutes in front of me. Probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in the tree stand. Usually when I see a big buck on a doe, it's like 10, 15 seconds. I watched this guy for 45 minutes. The coolest thing ever. She'd be browsing on Forbes and everything else that was out there and would he browse. And once he finally saw that she was like settled in, he just bed down. And then as soon as she'd take a step, he'd be right up vertical, take 2 more steps, close the distance, and then bed right back down if she stopped. She brought him by at 40. I didn't draw, didn't shoot because she was cutting in closer. She read the script perfectly, came right through at about 25 and made a loop back into thick bedding. He stopped 5 foot short and he cut the distance as a crow flies. And there he went out of my life. And I was sat there like just watched like one of the biggest deer of my life just exit and never know if I'm going to see him again.
Welcome to the Habitat Podcast, the podcast for wildlife habitat management, hunting strategy, and land stewardship. And now, your host, Jared Van Hees.
Welcome to the Habitat Podcast.
I'm your host, Jared Van Hees, and we're here for another episode of the Habitat Podcast. Guys, we have a great story for you here today. Welcome back. We have Mr. Matt Zahl, HP Crew, West Michigan, kills his first buck on his 30 acres since he's on the ground. Awesome story. Can't wait to show you guys that here. Also, we have my Iowa story. So it's a very exciting story as well. We're going to hit both those stories here tonight. And if you're still into habitat work right now, like the rest of us are thinking about, Andy is up doing habitat work on his place in this week's episode as well. Thanks again for tuning in to the Habitat Podcast. Really happy to have you back. We are at deer camp. We just got here tonight. Opener is tomorrow, Saturday, November 15th, and we're hunting the Northern 70. Got a couple guys in camp so far, more guys coming. Going to be a great time. Really hope you guys all in Michigan who are going out have a good luck Saturday morning. I know Missouri opens this weekend for gun, and the rest of y'all are probably still bow hunting or have a gun in your hands as well, depending on where you're at. Good luck this weekend. Be safe. Don't fall out of a tree and stab yourself in the leg like I did last year on your climbing stick, and shoot straight. We'll be back next week with a great episode of the Habitat Podcast. Good luck, guys.
Hey, if I had a PS2, I'd wear that headset too.
Hey, it's a Switch.
Are you playing Pokemon? What do you got going on there? Pokemon for Nintendo GameCube or something?
I'll give you a Pokemon.
Now without buying me dinner first, you won't.
You never know.
We're all making fun of Matt's headset. It's pink on one side and blue on the other. It's like cotton candy.
I don't know if he stole it from Aiden or oh god, I can't remember your daughter's name now. Now I feel terrible.
You should feel terrible.
Can't even make fun of you, right? Look at that.
No, that's gonna
can't kill no deer. Can't kill no deer. Can't make fun of you, right?
Nope.
Well, boys, we're back. The three amigos are back for another podcast.
Welcome. I'm excited.
Yeah, me as well. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, you guys are good because you both killed shit. Jared's been killing everything that moves.
Pretty much.
I don't have any broadheads left, so
you got to wait for gun season now.
Yeah,
you got pretty much bullets.
I do. No, doing good, man. Doing good. Happy Thursday night to you both. Cheers.
You guys as well. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Andy, you're not on the Busch Light train yet?
Oh, I've been drinking quite a bit of Busch Light. I drink it all, and that's all I drank in Iowa. I didn't even pour.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, see, that didn't take long.
No, didn't take long at all. Well, I needed a little whiskey tonight to drown my sorrows and the 47,000 does I saw that Matt said we shouldn't shoot.
I was just looking out for you.
I still think we should have went and shot does. In the back of my brain, I was like, we should shoot these does.
Well, we're gonna now. We're gonna kill them in December.
Of course you said that. You've been killing everything that walks on this green earth.
I try. I mean, if you're not flinging arrows, what are you doing out there?
You're not trying. You're doing.
Yeah, it's
you're
fun,
lacing
man.
them. You're hard shooting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I think I didn't tell you guys. I put a scope on my bow, and it works really good.
Heat seeking G5 T2s as well. They just
Yeah.
they'll like go
Yeah.
around corners and shit.
This is a whole new Jared. Last Jared I hunted with last October, different Jared. This Jared is just heat-seeking torpedoes, killing them dead as they stand.
I tell you what, man, I think the whole goal of trying to get some deer killed up front with your bow, before the rut, before October got here or late October in Michigan or Iowa in November, like it must have subconsciously did something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I still don't think I hold on them long enough that I need to, but yeah, it's going well. So, and I mean, Matt, you're no slouch. Might be a hillbilly, but you're no.
Hey,
And
I'll claim the hillbilly.
yeah, me too, me too. And so yeah, I mean, we're shooting pretty good. Andy, you've been you
I can
turned
shoot. I just got to have something in front of me to shoot is the problem.
you turned into a PETA member on us without telling us.
I'm here to ruin everybody's day with the PETA. No, man, it's been a weird year, man. I haven't had anything in front of me I could shoot. I have nothing on camera still.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
somewhere
yeah,
around there.
and I'm just I don't want to tease you too bad because I know.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I know it's coming. I know
it's okay.
coming.
Old man Hutchie here it can take it because I've been in that like that state before where I like get all frustrated about it. Now
we all have, yeah.
now I'm just kind of in a different world. So it's all good.
mean,
My time's coming, dude. There's still a lot of season left, and we're getting into the best part right now. I mean,
amen.
I got 47,000 does that are about to all go into estrus, and I'm gonna have every neighbor's buck that they've been watching all season coming into my food plot, and I'm gonna kill everyone. Wow, 2 of them. Can't kill 2 of them.
Tell us about your night tonight,
dude. It was good.
It's the 6th of November. Just FYI, sorry,
yeah.
The 6th of November. So you went out tonight.
I did a quick little observation sit in the new Titan, which, dude, is by far my favorite blind I've ever had so far.
They're amazing.
It is amazing. Thanks to Chad for that thing, man. That thing's awesome. So I don't know how many, at least 15. I had deer coming out every which way. I had deer here, I had deer there, left, right, straight, behind me. I mean, I tried to stock up on when I was walking up, I smelled a rutting buck. Like it was that, or I mean, do estrus does smell? I've never smelled the doe, but it sure smelled like buck.
Have you ever dumped a little doe in heat on your gloves? It stinks.
Yeah, this smelled like
true.
You know how that rutting buck smells though. Like, dude, I swear that's what it smelled like walking. Yeah. As I was walking up to the blind, I could smell it, and there were a couple does on the other side of the blind, and I just thought maybe he was in the woods or what down in that thicket down in there. So I don't know, but that's what it smelled like to me. So, and then I saw every doe in the Tri-County area. But no, it was a good hunt. It was fun. It was nice. I had to have Shane come blow the deer out for me with the side-by-side.
Good move.
Which he loves doing. So
dude,
that's perfect for me.
That's a pro move. I'm telling you what, especially in like states like Michigan or higher pressure states, that's a pro move.
Dude,
I've never had that opportunity.
Well, when you got a big field like I've got, I mean, you can't get out. I mean, there's just no, and I'd rather not screw it up than that. So he'll just make a quick run through and knock them all the way out of there, and we're good to go. But
it's huge.
But I'm sitting up there scheming on how much money I'm going to spend this spring on all the habitat improvements we're going to do. And we're going for it, boys. We are going for it.
Time is yesterday.
I took a little time this afternoon, and I had already sprayed it, but I mowed off where I'm going to plant the switchgrass, about 1.5 acres worth in front of that blind, and then kind of going back up along the left edge, which would basically be from here up along through here, and then we'll have food plot out in here, and we'll keep rolling with it. So that's sweet, man. Thanks to our boys over there at Aerial Wildlife Solutions.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Lee hooked it up. That was a funny story too. He when he came to do it, he forgot the drone. Did I tell you that story?
What?
He got all the way. He got with like 10 minutes from my house, and he's like, "Dude, I forgot the drone. I was in such a hurry to get out of this morning. I forgot the drone. So Adam, I guess I had to meet him like halfway and give him the other drone.
Oh no.
Adam's the real hero. Adam also was a hero this past Sunday. He was the one that came and helped me drag 400 yards out of the swamp. So cheers to those boys.
Cheers to the aerial wildlife boy.
Yeah. Cheers to those boys. I haven't met Adam yet, but at least seems like awesome guy. We had him on the podcast, and yeah, my map's right there, and I mean it's so cool. I can't wait to get one that's
trying
not
to figure out why
snow.
Zahl's not got one behind him.
No, it's in my closet. It's going right there. I got to put
you
up
got a
all
lot
my.
of things. You got a lot of things in your closet, don't you?
Here we go.
Matt looks like he's in a hospital room about to get operated on.
What you don't realize, I just put it on the back screen. It's like a green screen, really. You just can't see the construction process going on.
You're right. I can't see it at all.
You are correct. You are correct.
It's such a good thing. Like you can't even see my hand going in and out of it. That's how good it is.
So Andy, quick question. So you said you sprayed. You're doing a fall herbicide application for a spring switchgrass planting.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. That's I've only done that once before on the 15, and it's kind of weird because you're out there hunting. You got your green food plot, then you got like dead ass brown, spray. You're like, this isn't right. It looks weird, but it's the proper way to do it.
Well, and I mowed it too after I sprayed it a couple. When did I spray it? I sprayed it before I left, and so it wasn't like it wasn't dying though. So I don't know what's going on. It was still pretty green, not in spots. So I mowed it off, but I had some. I mean, there was like 2 foot tall weeds in there from just letting it go fallow. But
I'd probably spray it again. Honestly, you can't kill enough for switch.
No, true, but also that switch that I've got going is dirty switch, and I like how it kind of came up, in patches rather than it being a solid switchgrass thing. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, if you get time, I don't know. Think about it. We'll talk about it.
I like throwing money away, so let's just keep at it. That we're gonna do. Matt is gonna come up and help me. We're gonna plant 100,000 trees. Is that what you said when you texted me?
I think there might have been even one more zero. We're going to plant a lot of Norways up there.
We're going to do 500. We're going to put 500 in that field behind the house or on the back side of the farm.
You just tell me when you're going to put your order in because I'll piggyback. I need to put a few more in over here. So
okay, sounds good.
I could probably pick them up and drive them up to you. Since
kind of what I was kind of already volunteering you for that. You just didn't know it yet.
I figured.
So we're gonna do that next on the far west side of that field. Put 500 Norways in along with an access road on that side, and then we're gonna have from there switchgrass to the food plot, and there we go.
Can I make a little just what if you do all those? Well, I'm just trying to accentuate the Norways. So what if you do the Norways, but you do a real light switch seeding in there too?
In with the Norways?
Yeah. Like what is your spacing going to be in the Norways?
I was thinking either 10 by 10 or 12 by 12, something like that.
Yeah.
But not in rows. I mean, there'll be rows, but they'll be staggered so that we've got, good cover in there.
I'm just thinking along the lines.
Because I got the house right there that I'm trying to, the whole reason of that is I'm trying to block that house.
Well, you could do a couple rows real heavy, not even go 10 foot on center. You could go 8 foot on center so that they just go up. And then as you feather into your gaps, you could go like almost like the dirty switch approach where you get a little bit of switch, a little bit of like, obviously that Norway is going to be that cover that's going to stand the width of all the seasons and everything else, but just sprinkle in a little bit more of that. Just a thought.
Funny story. You say that. This little part right here, this where you can see where the trees were planted. Can you guys see that up there?
I remember that.
That's got switch in it too. Mm-hmm. It's got some dirty switch in it. So I like your thought. I like that idea.
I would. I mean, you're gonna have all that room between the trees, and trees take a while.
Yeah.
Right. So switch will at least be, you get the RC, it'll be, mine up north is 3-4 foot year one. So you do,
Did you work your ground or did you go straight?
I worked it. I dissed it and used the pre-emergent and Roundup as well. But if you spray it now and it's dead, you won't have to do that. But your Norway is going to take so long to grow, like they do. So why not? Like Matt said, throw get some 6-8 foot grass in there 2-3 years, and you're
I
going to
was going to
fast
keep
track your
doing the
program.
screening. I was going to also keep doing the screening with like Egyptian wheat. I think
Okay.
just because that you can do that every year. It gets 8-10 feet tall, and it's inexpensive to do. So
Yeah.
because I got to do something because my homeboy neighbor likes to sit on his front porch sometimes and look out into the field. So,
nice. Well, you're getting after it, man. How many deer did you see tonight?
Oh shit, 15 at least. I don't even know. They just kept coming in and out, and they were behind the pine row and in front of the pine row and in the food plot. Finally saw them eating sorghum for the first time. I've never seen that before.
They will. Wait till it gets cold.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
I was gonna say there's not gonna be much left if they keep going at it. I'm gonna have to go down to the gas station, get some food.
How much bait you seeing for sale in your area?
Dude, every place you turn.
Yeah.
Every place you turn. I had a guy when I was out in Iowa. I had him on camera carrying in corn bags into that spot where we hunted up top there out in the lakeshore. He was carrying right on camera carrying corn right in.
Oh man.
What's the over and under when I make my trip up next week, a week from today? How many bait stations I see from my place to Alpena?
50.
Yeah. So how far is your drive?
We'll only have to stop once because it'll just be me and my dad. We could probably do it in just under 4 hours.
50.
So 4 hours. Well, yeah. The answer is how many gas stations are you going to pass between?
Yeah.
And that's the answer.
Yeah. And I'd say every other one is going to have bait.
So what's your number, Andy? I'm going to go
50, man.
50 is a great number. I don't know if that's high or low.
I don't either, but that's what I'm going with.
I'm going to go 30.
Okay. I'll report back next week, Thursday, as soon as I roll into camp. I'll
count mine too on the way up. I got 4 hours to go too. But I'm on the highway going 95 most of the time, so I probably won't see a lot, but
I can think of 17. Like I was just on the count of my head, like on historical data, like I can think of 17, but I'm sure there's some that I overlook and miss. So I'll pay closer attention. It's a lot.
Real question is, how many are you going to stop and fill in your truck?
0.
Oh, don't worry. The neighbor will do it for you.
Well, that's my thing. My neighbor at the 40 shot that big 6-point and hit him in the brisket. And you guys already know this. He tracked him on, probably 10 acres of my 40. Right after I shot my Michigan buck, which, by the way, that Michigan buck story, I don't know if you guys saw, is live on Meat Eater Rut Fresh Radio. So I figured people want to hear that story. It's already live. It's ready to go. Jake was nice enough to have me on there. But it was like the next night I'm carving pumpkins with the kids, and my neighbor's like, he calls me, he's like, I'm on your land. I'm like, what? He's like, no, I'm not on your land. I'm about to be on your land. I'm like, are you tracking a deer? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah. And then so I don't really like how he kind of led with that, but he tries to be like the guy who's I've been here forever, you haven't type guy. Super nice guy, but a little.
This is how we used to do it.
Yeah, well, there you go. So he's like a little bit passive aggressive. I'm just like, okay, well, find your deer and get out. We're trying to hunt this week. My point is, he baits. He baits, and he's told me he baited, and I know he does, and I've seen it, and it's like, man, what do you do?
Well, it's just when you're trying to be legit and you're trying to follow by the Michigan laws, and every other asshole around you is baiting. It kills your hunting.
It definitely changes things.
I remember Matt's story last year.
Yeah, you saw it last year firsthand, Hutchie.
Yeah, firsthand.
Yeah,
truck pile.
It was before you got there. It was 4 straight days without seeing a deer, with an abundance of camera pictures up until November the 12th and 13th. All the cameras mysteriously stopped working. They had batteries, and then we found out some intel later, and the neighboring property to the south brought in like a literal dump truck, sugar beets, corn, pumpkins.
Buffet.
How are you going to compete with that in a low
You
deer
can't.
density area? Every deer is going to be right there.
Well, it's are you gonna eat dog food or are you gonna eat a hamburger?
Well,
I'm gonna go eat the hamburger.
you can't blame the deer. Those deer where I
Yeah.
hunt them, it's woody browse and forbs and
Yeah.
sticks. I mean, that's year round for them. There's not even tons of oaks out there. They got to travel
Yes.
a little ways to get to the oaks.
Well, would you guys, and I used to recommend this on my plans, and I even did the 15 for a year, I think. Would you still have feeders or feed if it was legal in addition to your habitat work that you guys spend so much time on, which I know you do?
100%. I would. 100%.
I would have like a supplemental, like,
I'm not saying hunt over it. I'm just saying, would there be
Yeah.
a feeder on your property?
Absolutely.
yeah, I would have like a protein, like some sort of protein pelletized, like on a timer. I
Yep.
ran that at my last house. And I don't know. I wasn't there long enough to really see if it made any difference or not.
I
But
put a dump truck pile right in the middle of the field. Dump truck.
Yeah, so I guess especially up north where Matt's hunting and where I'm hunting, and Andy, obviously where you're at, you're up north too. Um, I think it's more effective up there based on the lack of crop fields, and
Yeah.
and the pressure is still high for gun, but the rest of the year, I mean, the pressure is not probably as high, and it's like I think you might be able to get something done up there on bait. We talked about that with Jordan Brown, but it sucks when we play by the rules for the sake of the listeners and the brand and how our morals, and it's like when your neighbors are just doing it, it's like, man, I don't want to be a tattletale, but you're really pissing me off.
I called the DNR on the guy that was carrying corn in on the lakeshore.
Yeah.
I was like, for starters, I don't need my camera sitting there with my name on it. I don't need that coming back that, hey, maybe this guy's the guy that was throwing out the bait. So,
Great point.
Got to watch yourself sometimes.
That's a great point.
my taxidermist did the same thing.
Yeah.
He went into his public spot. It was just before I killed my buck, and he's got a pretty historical good spot. And went in there, and there was 3 tents right in his area that he wanted to be in, that he goes every year and hasn't seen a soul. And there was 3 big bait piles and names on the tents. And he's like, you know what? I haven't had deer sign in, a couple weeks. Cameras went dead. And so he turned them all in.
You got to play by the rules.
Well, I mean, I look at it like just like anything else. If they come out with a new like traffic law, you're going to abide by it or you're going to get pinched. It just doesn't always seem like this particular law. Obviously there's a limitation in resources and everything else that they can,
Well, and also when it's shoved in your face at every gas station you go to, it's a complete, maybe the guy that wasn't going to do it just has having a frustrating year and, oh shit, I'm getting gas. Oh, look they got bait right here. It's 4 feet from my truck. I can just buy it and throw it in there and throw it out in the woods. I mean, I'm not that guy, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, that could be, I don't know. But anyway, back to the habitat stuff. 500 Norways. We're going to do, I don't know, 24 to 30 fruit trees again this year.
Nice.
A couple acres of switch. We'll do the sorghum again. We'll do the some of the Egyptian wheat, just because I want to try that over the sorghum to get some more height. I guess I haven't done Egyptian wheat before, but that's a plan for this year. And then hopefully, knock on wood, a logger shows up this winter. I'll believe it when I see it, but if not, I might be looking at the loggers right now.
But speaking of that, with the logging plan that you plan on doing, you didn't mention any chestnuts in there. They're still going in there?
They won't probably go. I'm doing some chestnuts, yes, but I'm going to do them on the ridge on the east side here of the farm.
Well, you're not going to do it on.
I will, but I want to make sure the logging is completely how I want it up there before I go and put chestnuts in on that ridge, so that I'm not, because if the logger doesn't show, I'm going to have to start cutting this winter, which is fine if it comes down to that. But if I think I'll wait 1 year on the chestnuts for back there. And then, but no, I'm gonna do whatever Morse has for there. They got like a big buck rack and a big. We just did the podcast with them, and they got their self-pollinating persimmons are back in stock, and so I want some of those. And so I'm gonna plant some of those. I'm gonna get there. What do they got? Big buck rack and big buck something.
Yeah, big rack pack or big buck pack. Yeah, I don't know. Last week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And honestly, like planting trees is not that hard.
No, dude,
It's kind of fun. I did the 30 Norways at the cabin in like, I don't know, an hour. It wasn't bad, and I think most of them live. But to your point, I'm gonna be up in my game again to get that back going. Matt, I know your chestnuts you said were looking great this year. I should probably use some of those.
That's because I planted them.
That's true. I mean, some of those chestnuts put on 3.5 foot this year.
You know he's gonna take credit for your buck story next too, right?
I damn near killed the buck. Damn near.
He did.
The only thing I did was pull the trigger.
I felt Andy on my shoulder when I was at full draw. Hutchie was right there.
He's like, do it, shoot
it.
Send it.
Shoot the fawn. Oh.
Well, let's hear about that, Matt. Let's hear about the nice bait pile you had set up on the West Michigan HP Crew 30 over there, and what happened.
I got one thing to say first. One thing to say first.
He's gonna punch me.
Thank God Matt is off suicide watch now. That's all I gotta say.
You know what? I agree, but I get it too.
I was worried. I get it too, but man, I was worried. Oh man.
I still feel like that. I don't know why. Andy, you said you're over that, and I get
but I'm also 6-7 years older than you guys. So I mean,
yeah. Well, the gray hair that I have doesn't make you look older. You actually look younger. But I don't know. I get it. You put all this time and work in all year for years, Matt. 4 years now. I mean, I'll let you tell the story, but dang, I get the pressure. I don't know why.
Absolutely,
I get it.
I gotta get it.
It's not good, but I get it.
No, you got it. I mean, that's exactly what it is. I've always joked the last 4 years have been close but no cigar. Had encounters with my top 10% deer that I've had on camera, but just came in, couldn't get a shot, came in on the weak side, unexpected, just out of range. Everybody's story that they go through every single year, and it never seemed to just come to fruition. So I was like, I don't know what the heck is going on. It's just not happening. And then this year it finally did. And I'm still living on a high point right now, boys. It's only been about 4 days. And
well, let's hear the story, man. We got to get down to the nitty gritty here of how this all went down.
Am I choosing too early? Sorry, I'm excited.
No, I'll get. Is that a gold can? No, that's not. It's just your light. I was like, is that a gold? You got one?
Hey.
Oh, that's not the gold can, is it?
No. Yes, it is. Trophy can. Oh, you're talking the ones that are on like today's Bush Light?
Yeah.
This is 5 or 6 years old. This is a Greg Van Hees special.
Did you win one?
He found 2 of them.
Did he win anything?
No, he never. I don't even remember what you're supposed to do.
But now it's the orange. It's the orange can right now, right?
He gave them to me, and now you got to find the orange can among the camel cans. I think. I don't even know.
Not to get distracted, but talking about beer cans.
We're distracted.
Do you happen to have a Central Michigan Bud Light can from back in the day?
No, because I throw it away by now. But no, I'm kidding. I do not. I never had a Chippewa can.
I have 2 Chippewa cans.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Fire up chips.
Just thought I'd throw that out there since you were a fellow Chippewa, and
all
I have
right.
one up on you right now. So
I'm gonna call you a one-upper. That's what I was about to say. So yeah, you're winning at this point.
No, not at all.
All right. Back on task here. Let's hear about this deer.
That's fair. So to set the stage, it's been 4 years since we moved in, and I actually started hunting and doing habitat work. And it's been every year I'm like, oh, I should have done a little bit more, should have done this, should have done that. And finally got, I think, my main big projects settled in at the end of last year. So this is the first year that I didn't have anything like major going on, disturbance going in late into August, early September. And it really showed from the the comfortable deer movement, I would say. Early on, getting a lot more pictures of bucks, a lot more deer movement in the daytime. Everything was looking really good. Probably had my largest group of shooters that I would say. I had four that were on my hit list going into the weekend last weekend. Thursday morning, a week ago today, I laid eyes on one of my number one, number twos, and watched him tend a doe for like 40 minutes in front of me. Probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in the tree stand. Usually, when I see a big buck on a doe, it's like 10, 15 seconds. I watched this guy for 45 minutes. The coolest thing ever. She'd be browsing on Forbes and everything else that was out there and Woody browse. And once he finally saw that she was like settled in, he just bed down. Like it was great. And then as soon as she'd take a step, he'd be right up vertical, take two more steps, close the distance, and then bed right back down if she stopped. And long story short, she brought him by at 40. I didn't draw, didn't shoot because she was cutting in closer. She read the script perfectly, came right through at about 25 and made a loop back into thick bedding. He stopped 5 foot short and he cut the distance as a crow flies. And there he went out of my life. And I was sat there like, huh,
Hmm.
just watched like one of the biggest deer of my life just exit and never know if I'm going to see him again. So I was getting a little bit pissed off. And then the next morning, found out my neighbor to the west of me shot probably a 2.5-year-old tall racked 8 pointer. And then that night, Halloween, my neighbor to the west shot probably my number three, number four wide rack 8 pointer. So I'm like, shit, this is starting to get bad real fast. Like it was just depressing. And you go out there Saturday, have a couple marginal sits. I went and put my saddle. I saddled in my historical kind of pinch point where there's a lot of deer usually moving through there, especially around rut time. I'm in position between a couple bedding areas just outside of food. Left my stuff there that night. Went back into the next morning. It was pretty slow, to be honest. I had a couple small bucks on camera. Um, Texting Jared, texting Andy that morning. Jared just texted me. He's like, "It's a cold, calm morning. The deer are going to move later in the AM." And I was like, "I hope so," because I've only seen a doe. As soon as that I hit that send button, I just heard this brat out of the swamp. And instinctively, I threw the phone in the bino harness, tried to grab my grunt tube because I had no idea where he was or what was going on. And before I could even do that, here comes two does crashing in. I'm like, oh, grab your bow, you dummy. Like, quit screwing around with your call. That buck's going to be right here. And I got my bow off the hook and got the release on the hook on my loop there. And then I see him step in and I just see his frame. I see his G2s and I'm like, oh, I know exactly who you are. And then it became, okay, take your eyes off him, watch the does. They're at like 8-10 yards, watching them. They're kind of getting a little spooky from him. And then that was that morning where the wind just got a little bit, it was going like northeast and then it was going southwest at some point in the morning. I'm at like the tip of my swamp just before it enters in. And it was just getting, I knew it wasn't going to be good. And those does started to pick their nose up, started to get a little jumpy. The buck edged a little closer. The one doe in the back, she took a couple jumps forward. Everybody's on high alert. My heart's just racing.
Oh no.
Yeah. I had envisioned like 3 days ago when that buck walked out of my life. And I'm like, I'm going to watch another one like walk out of my life. Like this is going to be terrible. So after a few minutes, the does don't like it. They kind of turn around. They don't blow. They don't do anything else. They just kind of turn around and kind of trot off back where they came from. And he's still standing there. And I'm to the side of my tree ready to draw. And I realize still that my pin's still set. I'm at 20 yards because I'm pretty close shooting in there. And I I realized that if he just turns around and goes back, I'd never ranged this little pocket that he's probably going to hit. And there's some hemlock boughs that are going through there. And I'm like, well, we're just going to see what happens. So sure enough, he turns around, he hits that gap, and I just as loud as I can. As I come to full draw, he stops about as perfect left to right as you could ask. And he's quartered away. I don't remember how much. I think he was a little more than what I remember, but got on him, knew my pin was at 20. And I'm like, well, I got to adjust, and it's now or never. And after that experience, like 3 days ago, I was like, I got to take a chance. Like, I practice at my 20-yard pin shooting 30 yards. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. Hit the release, hear a big whack. As soon as I hear the whack, though, I see those hemlock boughs dancing.
Packermax.com. Have you guys used a Packermax cultipacker yet? I know that being the first partner of the Habitat podcast, I've been using one for over 5 years now. Guys, cultipacking is one of the highest rated and highly overlooked part of your food plot system. It helps maintain soil moisture, keeps it in the soil, improves seed to soil contact when you press those seeds into the dirt, and ensures superior seed germination for all seed types. I do not plant a food plot without cultipacking. Guys, Packer Max and Lincoln over there, great company, great people. They have 5 different cultipackers available at packermax.com. And they also have a roller crimper combo attachment for the Packer Max. So that's what I use. I can crimp, I can pack, I can do everything with my Packer Max crimper combo. They even came out with a 6-foot unit at packermax.com. Guys, be sure to utilize this piece of equipment when you're planting food plots to get the best success in your seed germination. Check them out, packermax.com. We have a code HPC25 at checkout to save money.
Have you ever been in a hurry to get a bunch of expensive seed down and not know exactly how much to put down? Or you get it down and you run out before you're halfway across the field? I have, and I'm done with it. I'm now using the Downburst Seeder DS860 drop seeder. Guys, I've been using the 860 now for 2 years, and this thing is bad to the bone. All aluminum, handcrafted here in Northern Michigan. I will be planting switchgrass with mine. Doug and I were talking today about, prepping the ground for switchgrass, getting it on. Switchgrass is like $180 for 10 pounds. That's pretty expensive seed. I'm not just gonna willy-nilly throw it out there. So my downburst behind my ATV or tractor or side-by-side will be exact 99% accurate with this seeder for any sort of expensive seeds. You can run any of our Vitalize mixes through there. You can run expensive seeds like alfalfa, clover, brassicas, and get exact rates. Don't end up with golf ball sized turnips anymore. Get the correct rate down and don't waste your money by wasting seed. Downburst DS860 drop seeder, brand new code HP100 at checkout. HP100, $100 off a Downburst seeder. Check them out at downburstseeders.com.
And it was pretty low wind. And I'm like, shit, like this isn't going to be good.
Oh, no.
And then he jumps off 2 or 3 bounds, and that's it. And the does don't move at all. So then I'm like sitting there like, oop, getting another arrow, putting it in just in case, watching. And then I hear not a crash of a deer, but I hear what is like a deer going down, like onto the ground.
That's great.
I'm thinking this is awesome. And I see the 2 does, they wait there for like another minute and a half. And then all of a sudden they just book it like hardcore, run out of there.
They
didn't blow. They just ran like a banshee. And I'm sitting still there and I'm like, well, he didn't run. He's either still standing there or he's down. So I start texting you guys, texting a couple other buddies. I'm watching, don't see like anything at all. And then probably after 5-6 minutes, I see something moving, throw my binos up, and I see the tips of his horns. And I can't see anything else but the tips of his horns. And it was a little bit of a depression, but I just see him above some swamp grass and some ferns. And his head kind of goes
upright.
Well, no, I don't think he even was, because I would have saw his body. because
I'm not standing,
yeah,
but his head's up.
yeah, his head's up for sure, at least somewhat up, and I can just see probably the top 3 inches of his two, and maybe the tips of his threes. Like I can't see his head, can't see anything, and it kind of does a little left to right, and then I lose it, and I'm still watching with my binos, and then I don't see any more horns, but I'm still like, like he's definitely still down on the ground, but at this point, when I saw the hemlock boughs and I saw everything else, I'm like, I don't know how good the hit was. I'm starting to
Doubt
go through
setting
like,
in.
oh yeah, did I shoot him low? Did I just smoke guts? Like did the arrow deflect and it went more like perpendicular into his body instead of like, cutting from hind quarter to front shoulder like I wanted? I started to get real nervous, and all the doubts go into your mind. And so I'm sitting there, and then I see more movement in the grass. So I throw my binos back up and I'm looking, and then I see my arrow. This is where I really started to panic because I could see a decent amount of shaft and then my fletching waving like a little bit of a flag every once in a while. So then I'm like, the penetration sucks. Like, this is terrible. This is the worst thing. Like, I'm regretting shooting this deer at this point in time, like thinking the worst case scenario. So I sat in that tree for almost 3 hours. After about 15 minutes, I didn't see anything. Like the arrow movement was done. I couldn't even see the arrow anymore. So I figured he must have moved a little bit in that 10, 15 minutes. Lost that, didn't see head, didn't see him ever even attempt to get up. Like I don't have great visual, but I have enough visual to see a big deer get up if he was to get
Okay.
up. And I text my buddy Adam, and he's like hunting on a property 10 minutes away. And he's like, you know what? He goes, I'm not seeing anything. I'll head over to your place after I get done hunting. I'm going to go change clothes and I'll be over there in a little while. And I was like, all right, sounds good. I'm just going to sit in the tree and watch. And like 11:45, he rolls into my place, and he's like, have you seen anything? I was like, nope, I haven't seen movement at all. Probably in an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours. And he's like, do you think you can sneak out of that tree? And I was like, I can try. And he's like, well, I think you probably should. Let's go back to the house. Let's talk real quick. So I get my bow, get my pack, leave my platform and sticks and stuff, and I sneak out, back out to the road, drop all the way down back to my house. We get back there, we have a conversation. Like, you haven't seen movement in 2 hours. Let's just go in real easy. I'll walk behind you. I'll keep the binos up. I'll glass. We'll do the whole rigmarole thing. And we end up going back out. We sneaking around through there. We find a little bit of blood shortly after impact, which makes me feel like somewhat decent. And we get around some downfall.
Like good blood, or like what
Yeah,
do you?
like good blood. It was a little darker. Like I figured if it was lethal and he went down, I figured I at least got liver.
Yeah.
I was hoping for liver and opposite lung based out of everything I've been seeing so far. Because it wasn't like he just ran like a banshee, like a double lunged him, or I hit him, both lungs and center punched the heart or anything like that. I knew it wasn't like perfect, but I was at least hopeful that it was lethal. He expired within, 15, 20 minutes, and that was it. And I walk up, still can't see anything, walk up behind a couple deadfalls where I thought he might be, didn't see anything, looking around, and then all of a sudden I look up and I can see his rack sticking out. And I was like,
Yes.
uh-oh. So I'm like still with the bow, all that other business. And then all of a sudden I'm like, no, he ain't moving. Like he's done. He's toast. So I walk up on him initially, and my heart sank again, because where the arrow presented itself, it was like right on his rear ham. I thought I clipped the femoral artery. Like I was like, this is not what I wanted.
You wanted to start slicing jerky before he was even dead, apparently.
My mind was like 3 or 4 steps ahead. You're exactly right. And so we go up there, and I admire the deer, and he was by far my biggest deer I've ever killed. For sure the biggest with a bow, but gun bow doesn't matter. He was
You were cussing up a storm in the video.
Yeah, I was pumped. I mean, he was, like I said, I don't know who necessarily is the bigger, better overall deer between him and the other one that I saw on Thursday, but he probably scores better based off of the trail cam photos that I've looked at between the two of them. And
well, either way, he's dead.
That's right. He's dead.
And he's in the freezer, and he's at the taxidermist.
And he's a big
He's a
buck.
beautiful, beautiful
No.
buck.
Oh,
the horns are still here.
Oh, doggy, look at that.
Oh, now I got to go to the barn. Son of a gun. Yeah. All right. Well, this should get everybody who's not watching the YouTube version of this maybe to check in because, man.
That's a nice buck, dude. That is a nice buck.
Yeah, he was even better than like what the trail cam photos led me to believe. And so I get my hands on him. I tug him up out of the muck hole that he was in, and we're high fiving, we're celebrating everything. We're taking photos. I'm just admiring this awesome moment, like first big mature deer in 4 years. All the habitat work. We take all these photos, and I'm still like bothered by the entrance wound so much. I get off the deer, and the exit side would have been on like against my body. And I get off the deer, and my whole left pant leg is just drenched with blood, like completely covered. And I'm like, I'd never even thought to look at the opposite side. I was just caught up in the moment. I flipped him over like 5-6 inches behind his front shoulder. There was a nice clean slit where I could get 3 fingers all the way through. So Broadhead did his job, went all the way through, gutted him out. I got the far lung, annihilated the liver. He expired way quicker than I anticipated he did, and it made me realize, like, okay, I did take the right shot. I did do what I was like, planning on doing, hoping I was going to do correctly, and it worked out by the grace of God that that hemlock. I didn't hit that hemlock dead on. I just kind of tickled the branches a little bit, but yeah,
buddy.
he's a
congratulations, man. Again, honestly.
Heck yeah, that's a great.
Told you that a few times, but man, that's it. Yeah, Andy, I'd shoot that deer in Michigan every day and twice on Sunday.
That's right, all day long.
Holy cow!
I'd shoot it about anywhere but Iowa.
Yeah. I told Matt I'd shoot that deer about anywhere, man.
It's a beautiful buck.
He was, like I said, he was better than I thought. He had great mass all the way through. Like main beams were even longer than I anticipated. I put a rough tape on him, and I was very, very happy with that deer.
Great, man.
Awesome.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, and there's another one to come. Still one more.
Yeah, you still got a tag, and man, congrats on the buck. I know we had you on here years ago, and your goals were, remind me, I think it was a 130 in.
I think it was 3
years and a 150 in a lifetime. I think that's the name of the podcast that we did.
That's a good goal. That's a good goal.
It was a high goal in my opinion.
I know, but it's a good goal. That's a good goal right there.
I think a high goal is a good goal. We're agreeing. And I think, man, just super proud of you. I know you put a lot of work in, a lot of habitat work. You help Andy and I out quite a bit. And West Michigan, dude, that ain't no slouch over there.
West Michigan.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of sand over there, not a lot of black rich dirt. So good for you.
No, there is not. God, we got good sand though. But yeah, congratulations, brother. Really, really awesome.
Appreciate
it. Now, what about you, homeboy?
That's right.
You just got back from we both just got back from the great state of Iowa. I came back with my tag in my hand, and you did not.
Yeah, well, nice lead up there. I went out on the 1st. I trick-or-treated and went out. I got up probably stayed up a little bit too late on Halloween with the neighbors and my parents.
Not you.
And so 4 a.m. hit, and I was hurting, but my anxiety was like, you gotta go. Get up, go. I get an hour and a half down the road and realize I forgot all my cash. I don't even know if I told you guys this yet. I forgot all my cash to pay my trespass fee. So how this kind of works out is I know this family, they're awesome people, but I do pay them some cash to hunt their ground, and they don't have, stands at a couple of box blinds, and they just say, have at it, which is kind of how I like it. So, but I felt bad. I'm like, oh no. Now look at my wallet. At least I have one check in there. So that was the first interesting part. Get all the way there. Do some shopping, have some lunch, talk to you both. Got down there probably, I don't know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. First things first, I get in the truck with my landowner friend, Brian. We drive around. He tells me about the farm. I've been there before. But like here, I've been seeing this. There's a cornfield over here that's been cut in the neighbors. That might be helpful, et cetera, et cetera. So it was only 4 sits before I shot him, but they were pretty action packed, and I'll try not to draw it out because I love telling stories. But the first night the wind was kind of northwest, but it was kind of dying down. I got on the edge of this bean field. There's some standing beans out there. I took the face off in. I dumped the bike. I went down through this draw up to this bean field. Wasn't seeing a lot of sign. I saw some really big rubs on some cedars, which I probably should have just hunted there. But I kept going towards the beans. I got up on this blind just to maybe do an observation sit night one, see what's going on. Well, I don't know. I can't stand being in a blind, so I unless my kid's with me. I sat there for 10 minutes, got down. Went to this fence line between the beans and kind of this draw and just got up this tree. It was a S show, man. I had a latitude stick on one tree and then I hopped to this other tree and went up. Long story long, I saw probably 10 deer that night. I saw a really nice buck. He was in bow range, but it was dark and there was a kind of a cedar there. My thermals were going right at him. And I peeked my head around the tree to kind of get a better look with my binos, and I busted these does, and he just froze, and he didn't move. He came out in the field later, and I couldn't tell. All I could see was a split two and some nice beams. And I didn't know. I couldn't shoot him. Didn't matter. But I think it was a really nice buck. And then the next morning, I go down in this creek bottom where I've hunted before at the far north end of the farm. It's freezing out. It was like 29 degrees. I get up a tree about, I don't know, 2 sticks high. Pretty slow morning. I saw a couple does, and I saw one nice 8-point come through about probably 9:30. He was cruising after I rattled. It was about 20 minutes later, though, so I don't know if he came into. I doubt he came into that. Didn't really have a lot of response to the rattling this time around, where last time I bet I rattled in 10 deer. So it was pretty interesting. I think I was earlier than the chasing and the rut, but I also I wanted to just be cruising. I don't want to be locked down. That was kind of my goal. So that's Sunday morning. I talked to the landowner, and there's this other draw up by the road, and he had seen a decent buck out in this little swale. Dark rack, ivory tips is what he kept saying. So I'm like, that's all the intel I need, man. It's like I could scout this whole thing myself, or I could just take most recent information and go. And he's like, yeah, it's a pretty good deer. And so I was texting you guys. I'm like, where do we hunt in this whole draw? It's a like 15-acre draw. Here's the wind. We got Corey, Drew. You guys tell me different stuff. I'm like, oh man, I don't even know. And a lot of this farm, if it's not a wooded draw, he planted it in CRP or a native mix, and it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. But that makes it interesting for deer travel and or e-bike travel. I didn't try going through 7-foot tall grass, making a bunch of noise. So I got down kind of where a bunch of stuff met together. I could see that swell where that buck was earlier, even though we figured he was in that draw with that doe. I'm sitting there all evening, and I look up, and this big 10 points out in that little swale. And he's stepping up to this other little buck, and he pushes him off. I go, shit, they're still there. That doe never left that little thing out in the middle of this field. Well, I'm sitting there, I'm rattling, I'm calling, nothing's going on. They're not doing anything. I got about an hour of light left. And I don't know, guys. I don't know what got over me, but I'm just like, he's not coming this way. He's not coming. There's no way. I got down the tree, I took my boots off, and I started to stalk. I've never done this, ever.
Love it. Love it.
And I don't know. And so the wind's blowing pretty good. I got it in my face off to my 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. He's off at my noon. And there's corn to my 9 o'clock. So I figure they're going to come out to that corn at some point. She's going to lead them out. Well, I get up to this little swale. It used to be an old pond or something. There's definitely depression, and I cannot see this deer. I'm looking. I'm picking my head up. I'm looking. I dropped my knee pads back behind me. They were making noise. I had my bow. I dialed in at like 35 and 50, I think, for my 2 pins. Well, I look up on the hillside. He's staying on their broadside at like 90 yards. I'm like, oh no. And I hit the deck. He's just looking around. And I can't, I don't know where he came from. I was watching the whole, I don't know. And I looked to his right, and the doe standing there, and they're walking away up over the crest of the hill, and they're gone. I got a little video sitting there while I was doing that. I'm like, all right, well, that was fun. I didn't spook them. I'll be here in the morning. Well, sure enough, that doe turns around, comes right back over that hill. And here he comes behind her. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And I snort wheeze. And he looks, I don't think she heard me. And he starts to come around the swale or the pond. She goes back to the opposite edge and starts feeding. And he's coming closer and closer and closer. I'm like, here we go. Well, my wind is at that 9 o'clock, and he's coming to that 9 o'clock. And eventually he's at 49 yards broadside, and he's lifting his head up doing this. And I'm like, oh, I'm done. So he had me. He didn't come any closer. And I'm like, I'm not shooting 49 yards. I'm no Levi Morgan. I thought about it. Honestly, I did, but I'm like, it's day 2. Chill out, dude. So he goes back over to that doe, and it's starting to get dark. I'm like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I snort, trying to get her attention. She lifts her head up. I'm like, I don't know, maybe she'll be curious. Sure as shit, dude. Here she comes around the edge of the pond. She's leading now. He's hanging back because he smelled me. He's staying back at 50. He stops there again. She comes all the way to 15 yards, going back and forth, walking left and right. I'm sitting there like this. My arm's numb. My foot's numb. I'm still at 35 and 50. And she just does this for 10 minutes. He starts to step closer and closer and closer. And he gets, I bet he was 30, and I still have my 35 on him. And they're both looking at me, right? They're both like, they see this dark blob in the grass. So when I figured if he puts his head down, I'm going to try to draw, and she'll blow and she'll take off and be gone, but he might not know what happened. And, everything I was thinking and doing was working. I don't understand. And he puts his head down. I draw. She takes off. He stands there looking at me, looking at her, like, what's going on? I settle on him. I shoot right over his back. He ducked, and I shot high, and I had my pin a little high, and went right Luminoc right over his back, and he takes off. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was fun. I can't believe I got a shot off at 35 yards on a deer. Never spot and stalked. It was really, really fun. Well, then she comes back. She never ran away. She comes back to 5 yards. Here he comes again. I have another arrow knocked. She starts going off to my left. He's going to follow her and give me a 30-yard shot broadside. Well, I moved my foot when I went to draw the second time, and that was enough. He was gone. He ran out to like 70 again. She ran, I don't know, 10 more yards. Night's over. Take the arrow out, put it in my quiver. She comes back a third time.
No way.
She's not satisfied.
All right.
Again, 5 yards, 4 yards. I mean, right in my face. And he's coming closer and closer, but it was getting too dark at that point. So I ended up, crawling back to my phone, which I laid in the dirt 5 yards away, and ended up didn't find my knee pads till the next day and stuff. But they took off. He ran north. She ran back in that draw that we're talking about. Well, next morning I hauled a decoy. I get it out there. I'm like, if he's in the area with this doe, the decoy might draw him in. He pushed another buck off last night. None of that happened. I saw another buck 200-300 yards away. I saw a bunch of little bucks cruise by, check out the decoy. The one doe blew at the decoy like 15 times. I had to throw a stick at her and like kick the branches to get her to run away because she wouldn't leave. And they say does don't like the decoys, and that's true. But every other buck that I saw that morning who saw the decoy, 2 out of 5, came in within bow range just to check it out. And the same with my Michigan buck. Even if they don't like it and they're not the mature deer, every deer I've seen with a decoy, which is only 2 times hunting with it, has sucked into bow range. Interesting. Something to ponder. So I'm sitting there. It's about 10 o'clock. I'm getting a little tired. I'm wondering what I'm going to do that evening. I'm not going to hunt that field anymore. Maybe I'll dive in the draw. Maybe I'll get down, sneak through the draw, scout it, get to my truck, have lunch, come back, hunt in the draw. Well, I'm sitting there. I'm like getting on, like my knees are wrapped around the tree, and I'm like hugging the tree, getting to take a little nap, just kind of chilling in the saddle. And I look behind me, and a little 6-point was walking right behind me on my access. I'm like, oh, there's a sign. Don't go to sleep. Get up. What are you doing? I stand up. I grab my phone, and Matt had texted me recently. So I texted him back. I said, 4th buck of the morning just came by. It was 9:53 a.m. when I texted him. I'm texting him standing backwards on my saddle to where the deer is. Trees behind me, ropes coming over my neck. My bow's off way up here. I look up from my phone, and all I see is a 10-point side standing there at 17 yards. It's super windy. I didn't hear a thing. He's on where I walked in. He hopped the fence and was standing there. Kind of look in my direction and just see this big frame. And I'm like, I don't even know where I put my phone. Pocket, I don't know. I reach across my body, grab the bow, release on. He's walking. He's about to be out of my life into that draw forever. I draw back, and I'm like, I got him. In my brain, I always think if I can get drawn back on them and they're still there, I have a fighting chance. That's kind of what I was thinking. And he was 17 yards broadside, and he turned quartering away to sniff this shredded up shrub. And I'm like, all right, wait till it gets broadside. And then I'm like, wait a minute, you idiot. Quartering away shots are great. What are you doing? He's right there. So I put it on him, hammered him. He ran and took off and took a hard left at about 10 yards, probably 27 yards, and I could see blood coming out the side of him. And then I heard it crash into a tree, like one big snap, not like a crash, tumble crash. Super windy out though. I hear one big wham and then nothing. And I bet I heard that wham. I don't think it was 5 seconds after I shot. It was so fast that almost worried me. It did worry me for an hour. Okay, he hit something, but they don't die in 5 seconds. Like, that's pretty crazy. So I texted Matt back, and then everybody else, dead monster. And I looked back at the time clock, and it was 9:54. So between my text to you at 9:53, all that went down. And then 9:54, I texted you dead monster. So my initial gut feeling was telling me I drilled him. So anyways, I called my dad. We talked for probably half hour. He's calming me down. I think he said it's the most crazy he's ever heard me be in a tree stand before. Not like eccentric, but just like I can't breathe. Like this is insane, So we talked for a while. I text all you guys back. I get down. I go, I can't find my arrow. I do see some good blood. And I just took it real stealth. I had an arrow knock, just real stealth through there. Finally, I got to this tree with a blood mark on it, like the size of my laptop, just like, and I could see his rack laying there, in the tall grass behind there. And I was just like, oh my God.
And he did the,
Oh yeah, dude. It was just more of like I can breathe again type thing. Like, I don't know why you see you made a good shot, you heard a crash, but yet you still have, an hour and a half of doubt going through your mind about, everything that could go wrong. Did he just hit a branch and keep running? Well, he's laying there, and I walked up, and beautiful, typical, perfect 10-point. He had 2 kickers on his left brow tine. So in Michigan, we call that a 12-point. Just blessed, man. Came in probably midway on the body on the left side, and we never found the broadhead, but the arrow was laying next to him, and it came out kind of where his shoulders meet his neck. Like if you had a mount, like I'm looking at right here, it's like right in between his shoulders. So it came out right out of the front of him. So yeah, I mean I cut the heart pretty much from all the arteries. Like the heart was severed, I guess, or whatever. But beautiful
You
deer,
can't do
man.
much with that.
Beautiful deer.
Oh,
I was
nice.
happy with it. Happy with the shot. Happy with how it went down, and just blessed, dude. I think he's gonna tape out of my biggest for sure.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations yet again. What a beautiful deer.
Thank you, brother.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. When you
Thank
texted
you.
me that, I was like, dead monster. And I was like, I don't even know what that means, but I gotta be pumped because like I can
What are you
speculate what
getting
it
ready to
means.
beat your wife? Dead monster.
I had no idea, but yeah, that's awesome. That's just yeah, super cool experience. Good for you. That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. It was definitely blessed. Definitely happy I made a good shot. The weather turned a little bit warmer and windy, and probably some rain there today or tomorrow. So the weather wasn't looking great either, which changed. Got back to the kids and wife early. It really can't complain. The next morning I went out. Andy, you were like, Jared, what the hell are you doing awake? Like it was 4:45 in the morning, and I'm texting you guys. I'm like, I'm not gonna miss a morning in Iowa, man. And I have a doe tag still, so I ended up going out and saw a couple bucks doing some cool stuff, and ended up shooting a doe at about, I don't know, 20 yards or so. Quartering away again. I know this is obvious, and told Andy this. I know this is obvious to most people in the world to take quartering away shots, but like with my history, I've had mostly broadside, or maybe that's what I've always just taken the first opportunity when they're coming at you, they turn broadside. That's what I do. Maybe that's it. Holy cow, man. This deer, I cut her heart in half about, and a blind man could have followed that blood trail.
Dude, that
Dude,
blood trail was wild.
the entrance on her when she was laying broadside was nasty. Like
It
she
was
was going
8 or 9
anywhere.
inches wide.
Yeah, you laced her wide open.
I mean, I guess if you start running numbers, like you could have deflected, rode up the body, you could have done all kinds of stuff with that hard quartering away shot. But no, that went through her. It was laying there on the ground, and I saw the corn crashing around where she fell. So that was pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, man, I ended up making some good shots. Hung around, helped cape my deer, the landowner's son's deer, who shot a deer the night or a couple nights before in Missouri. Another guy brought a freaking monster over. Um, yeah, there's definitely a cool place in the world to be hanging out in November, and I'm happy and blessed I got to do that. It happened fast, but it happened perfect, and I got nothing, no complaints, zero.
Oh yeah.
You
I
know,
was a special place.
it truly is, man. And I had my butt kicked out there 6 years ago, 10 days. Um, so this one means a lot. So
Heck yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Definitely deserve it.
I appreciate it, guys. It's been fun. It's been a good year so far.
Yeah,
So
let's keep
Heck yeah.
rolling.
we're
Just
November 6th when we're recording this, so we got a lot of time ahead of us. Andy, you getting to get back out there? Matt, you got a buck tag? I got a buck tag in Michigan still. Illinois is coming up. We got stuff to do.
mhm.
Only
Oh
the
yeah.
best is yet to come, boys. Best is yet to come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, anything else we want to hit tonight? Otherwise, I'll see at least Andy. I'll see you next week.
Right. Man, I'm good, dude. We'll talk about my Iowa when I get back from my next jaunt out there.
Well, you want to give a little update?
Yeah, I saw a lot of shit. I passed shit that I would have never passed, that I put on the wall here in Michigan. And
All right.
I'm going back for redemption on the 18th or 19th.
Amen,
Heck
brother.
yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
I saw a giant the first night and just couldn't get a shot at 26 yards. And we're going to go back and we're going to get some redemption, boys. That's the plan.
And how long were you out there for?
God, I don't even know. I felt like I was gone forever because I went to Steve's first, and then from there, I think I was out there 7 or 8 days. 7 days?
It just wasn't hot and heavy yet. Like
No, I was a little.
didn't see.
I was a little early, but I knew that. I had some stuff like I couldn't go this week. I had some stuff I
Yeah.
had to do with work, and then next week wasn't going to work either. So I chose to go out there when Aaron was out there, and it just worked out well for that
Yeah.
aspect. But it just was a little slow.
A little
So
bit early.
that's right. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. We're gonna get her done.
Yeah, man. I think like, in Michigan after deer season hits on the 15th, it gets a little tough and things, can slow down for most people, where out there their gun season's not till like December or something. So
First or
there-
second Saturday in December. So
yeah, so there's no reason for any of November out there to be
No,
bad.
they said it gets just as good, if not better, that time. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to it. So
Heck yeah.
Exactly.
all right, boys. Well, good luck. It's tomorrow's Bill Winky Days tomorrow, right?
Yes,
Sure
sir.
Sure is.
Anybody
Sure is.
hunting?
Oh, I'm gonna be out tomorrow evening. It's gonna rain till about noon, 1 o'clock tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go as soon as the rain stops.
All
I'm gonna
right.
be out there and I'm gonna hunt till dark. Not sure where I'm going yet, if I'm gonna go in some public or if I'm gonna go out back here, but we're going somewhere.
All right. Well, good luck, Hachi.
You guys too, man. Well, stay safe, shoot straight, and get ready for Michigan rifle season. After the
yeah.
after the
More
run.
tags to fill. Let's go.
That's right. All right. See you, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to the Habitat Podcast. We really do appreciate you guys coming back every week to get this awesome Habitat content. And we would appreciate it if you went to iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to this podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. That helps us continue to grow and trend in the right direction, attract new listeners, and help us provide better content in the future. Guys, we have a website full of resources. We have a blog on the website. We have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all linked up at habitatpodcast.com. Our land plan services, merchandise, decals, hats, t-shirts, and I give away a free 5-inch decal to anyone who leaves us a review on Apple iTunes. Really appreciate it. I want to thank our partners, Downburst Cedars, Vitalize Seed Company, Morse Nursery, Packer Max Cultipackers, Stealth Outdoors, First Light Latitude Outdoors, United Country Midwest Lifestyle Properties. Thanks again, guys. We'll be back next week with another great episode of the Habitat Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.